Do you do like an intro to these?
Yeah, I was just thinking that because this is like, yeah.
Yeah, what'd you say? It's still called RBTV?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hello and welcome to RBTV. We're back online, guiding you with a smooth jazz medley through these twilight hours. There you go. You can sound clip it if you want and use that every time. That's good. Yeah. I had another idea actually. I was, if I'm doing something like the next day, I always just fucking sit in bed and just overthink everything, you know, and obviously because I'm doing a few different things today.
Yeah.
I thought you should do, not starting with me, but you should do like a podcast where at the end of the podcast you like roll for 3 minutes with the person you podcast.
Yeah.
And you know, you can have like a little...
Even if they've never done jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, just beat them up.
Yeah, and you could have like a little board where it's got like your name and your opponent's name, and every time you beat someone you get a little gold star. And you're like, you know, you like stick it on, you're like, yep.
Of like a little tournament.
Kimura, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Battered him. There's like, I thought about, same as you, I have a lot of ideas, and then I try and execute a lot of them, and I just don't have the time, but... Yeah, there's something in like doing something and interviewing someone like Hot Wings is the perfect
for sure
interview format. And
Hot Wings,
what is that?
Hot Ones. Yeah, man.
That's what a 34-year-old calls a YouTube channel. Yeah. Oh, that's Hot Wings. On
the internet, on the YouTube, on the TV. Yeah. It's a good format that.
But like, I can't think of any way to top it.
No, like the podcast thing with tattooing sort of stemmed from me wanting to sort of get on Twitch a bit more. Yeah. And I thought, I could like Twitch, but then I thought, what if I'm tattooing someone and they just say something racist? Or like, you know, they've just got really right-wing views or something, and I'm just looking at the camera like...
But I kind of, I almost don't mind that though. Like... Yeah,
I
think about... It depends on your distribution, and I thought about having like... So RBTV hasn't done anything for...
Love it, RBTV.
2 years, maybe.
What was your intro going to be?
I was just going to say, like, hi, welcome to this episode of RBTV, but yours is miles better. Right. I haven't done anything for maybe 2 years, because COVID, and I was like, I'm not fucking... I basically, like, kick-started it again. I took a break, started it again, and then COVID happened, and I was like, I'm not interviewing people over Zoom.
Yeah. Fuck that. I wouldn't. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't watch them. I won't watch it.
Isn't it?
I won't watch it.
You can tell even now if I listen to someone and they're like, "Oh, I'm interviewing so and so," and you can tell they've like had a chat with them over a laptop.
Oh right.
It's awful.
Yeah.
You can just pick out that tinniness.
Yeah, for
sure.
There's
a delay and it's shit.
Yeah, I don't watch. There's like a few different things I watch. You know, like say for example, like Hot Ones, Always Sunny podcast. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Whenever it's we couldn't do it in person, so we're doing it online. I'm just like skip.
Yeah,
nope,
can't
not
do
interested.
It.
Yeah.
So then I was like, right, I'm going to start doing the podcast again, and I started making a list of potential people that I'd like to come on, and but then I started thinking like, what if I just got like someone that I really didn't like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Like,
yeah.
What's that? So the MP for Red Card, Jacob Young.
Oh, that fucking Tory dude. Yeah. Fuck that
but
guy,
I thought,
man.
wouldn't it be interesting?
Yeah,
to sit
for sure.
across from him, because it. This is a fucking long story, but one of the lads at work is like really into stand-up comedy, and he's going to try and do his first couple of minutes soon.
All right, that must be terrifying.
Yeah, I've been chatting to him about jokes and like writing jokes and that. Like,
Did you have like a little joke book and you suggested something? You went, oh, hey mate, I've got some jokes for you.
I had an idea for a joke, which I was like, basically the premise was that like, if you sit in a room with someone for long enough, no matter who it is, you end up finding something in common with them. Thinking they're all right.
Yeah.
So like, I was gonna do like, you're sat in a jail cell with Hitler and he fucking loves dogs.
Oh yeah.
And like eventually, and then like a little dog comes in and he's just like, oh look at this little cute fluffy.
Yeah. Just like, a little note to cut that little portion about Hitler there.
It's all staying in. Well, cut it out because then it'll ruin my joke when I do stand up.
Yeah, for sure. When you do stand up, yeah.
But yeah, so then I started thinking about a podcast, and I thought, well, who's the latest version of Hitler?
Yeah. That Tory guy from Red Car. Yeah. Definitely.
No, probably Andrew Tate, but I don't really want to talk about him.
No, definitely not.
Any airtime.
Yeah, like it's just terrible, isn't it? I'm not going to talk about him too much, but one of the things I hate most is that he's like a kickboxer, so like I couldn't even fight him.
Yeah, I've like convinced myself
you can take him down.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't have that yet. I feel like it'd piece me up.
Which is well also
that'd be like I don't know. I'd have to like fucking kill myself. I think
it's what adds to the like. It adds to his what's the fuck like personal
mystique
brand,
or some shit.
Yeah. Because you're like people are like, oh well, he's also rock hard.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He came out of nowhere. I'd never heard of him as a person or a fighter up until like I don't know 2 months ago or something, and then he was just fucking all over
everywhere.
Like, everywhere. Yeah. Like all over TikTok, and then suddenly he's like banned from Facebook and Instagram. Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah, definitely. When you said about the. What did you say? I was thinking about, you know, and you posted the other day, this has gone off on a tangent about the,
It's fine.
Oh yeah, the list of people that have on your podcast.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone like, you know, like high up? Like, you know, like, I don't know, the word's not famous or like celebrity, but do you have anyone like, you know, like you posted on Instagram a few days ago, like your 2018 to-do list.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have like out there ones?
Yeah, so I made a list of like people
who's
that...
like who are you aiming for? Name drop. They might get out there.
Well, then so then I made a list of like a list of people that are like I know.
Panicking. He's had some time away from the podcast.
I know.
Word slips.
Too much Lucas. Pissed. A list of people that I could actually conceivably get, and then I made a list of famous
like the Rock.
people, but
the Rock. Yeah.
But I thought people that I might actually be able to get on. The one that's springing to mind at the minute is Paddy the Baddie.
Oh yeah, achievable.
Yeah,
achievable.
But I don't know if he's just tipped.
No, I think it's achievable with him being like UK based.
Yeah,
I feel like that. Yeah,
because I figured like Harry and George. Fuck me. Harry and George went out friends with him. They've done his podcast.
Yeah. There's your in.
Yeah. So I thought I'd like to interview Harry and George. Actually, they're obviously not super famous, but
yeah.
I think that'd be interesting.
That'd be good.
It's funny how they come as a package.
Yeah,
I'd like to interview them separately.
Yeah,
and then together.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool. I like it. Yeah, Paddy the Baddie. That's achievable. Just gonna keep saying it, so it comes up on YouTube and he catches wind of it.
And there was a few others that with that sort of similar.
You should shoot your shot with the Rock though. What's he called? Ariel Helwani.
Yeah.
He just shot his shot that time, didn't he?
Did he?
He went. I think he had him on is it called like the MMA Hour or something like that?
Yeah.
He was. There was all these other guests and there was the Rock, and he just like went. Do you reckon? You know, I've got like a podcast that I do like tomorrow. If you want to come on, the Rock just went, yeah, all right then. And he went, oh fuck, oh shit, I need to prep.
I got like starstruck for. I get starstruck for other people when people like The Rock tweet about them. Like McCann shared a tweet.
Yeah. Like
The Rock being like, you're a fucking animal or whatever. And I was starstruck for her. I was like, oh my god, she must be buzzing.
Yeah, I think if someone of that, there's not really many people I don't think that are as famous as The Rock.
No.
I talk about this a lot for some reason. I'm not like I used to be like quite a big, like The Rock fan when he was in wrestling, but I don't really like his films to be honest. They're a bit like
awful.
Yeah, it's just like it's The Rock doing something like The Rock versus like a giant animal, or The Rock versus like the cartel. Yeah. But as far as fame goes, he's pretty up there, isn't he? I think if he called me out or shouted me out on Instagram, I'd faint. I think I'd just faint.
I mean, you've got a lot of followers. You can get there. That could be your like stretch goal.
Yeah, it's tattooing though. It's not like, I think it's different. It's not like no one's following me for me. It's like just for the tattoos I do, I think.
Do you think, you think that's shifted?
A little bit with reels and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Do you feel forced to like have a bit of like personality? Like not that your other things don't have personality, but have like an actual physical presence.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was talking about this the other day actually. Like when I first started tattooing, I was like under the sort of mentality that I was going to be quite like secretive.
Yeah.
Not for any reason. I just thought I won't really have like my name, like my actual name on my Instagram. I won't post any photos of myself. I'll just be all about the tattooing. and then something just changed. Maybe like I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I just thought I should probably like let people know who I am, or something, just so there's a face. I had one person like cancel an appointment ages ago, like years ago, because they felt intimidated.
Really?
Not by me, just by the fact that it was like all a mystery. Yeah. You know, like they booked in, they didn't know what I looked like because we'd spoken entirely over emails and stuff like that. Yeah. That was probably a turning point where I was like, right, I should probably show my face because...
could have been a racist, so...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Do you think... There's something about like anonymity online that's attractive, though?
Yeah, for sure.
I think. I remember working with them. Do you remember a band called the Chapman Family? They were like an indie noise band. I don't think so. No. Did pretty well, but anyway, like, their singer and I like worked on a video project before, but it was like Facebook had been out for a while, but it was still being discovered as like a platform to use for like businesses and stuff.
Oh right, okay.
It was still very much like it was early days, and to promote their album, we set up like a fake profile for like a girl called Alice.
All right.
Who was like, I think like a psycho witch basically.
All right, okay.
And like we went and filmed loads of mad stuff at the sea and like did loads of like, it's the type of stuff that now if me and you made, we'd be like, that's really cool. Like the sea going backwards and like glitching in and out and stuff. And it was all to promote their album, but like it was just quite an interesting concept. And when like, and this like people started adding her because it was a girl. If it was a bloke, it'd have no offense, you know what I mean? But because it was like. And I think we created like an AI image of a girl and
oh right, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's just started posting this like
pretty ahead of its time. That
yeah, it was. yeah. It's the type of thing that would gain traction now, I think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, especially with AI being like where it's at, you can make like a real legit fake person.
Do you see that rapper?
Yeah, what was that?
I read the headline about him being
I saw it
struck
from
off Capitol
your
Records,
post, actually, yeah.
And then went on like a fucking deep dive. I can't remember his name. It's like Nemka FI or something. Basically, two guys, like a white dude and a Chinese dude, created a rapper, fully like in the metaverse.
At the start of a strange joke.
Yeah, and they basically created this AI rapper, and they'd use artificial intelligence to generate the lyrics.
Oh, right, okay.
They were getting someone in to come and rap them and make these songs, but they were like, the aim is in the future that we don't like...
Yeah, just completely self-generates
like
everything.
He had like voices of like generic rap, and he was like a proper brutal racial stereotype. Said the N-word in loads of songs, and like there was like loads of imagery of like a police fucking standing on his neck and stuff.
Nice.
Got signed
real dark, real quick.
Got signed to Capitol Records for 1 week.
Oh,
and then the amount of backlash they got, they just dropped him straight away.
What does that mean? Like, an AI got signed? Like, what? That's a weird...
They own all of the intellectual property.
Yeah, it's crazy that though, isn't it? That's like a weird place for music to go where there's an AI rapper being signed to a big record. Like, I don't know, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Now I'm like, I feel like the floodgates are open, and I'm like, it's only going to happen more with like a female pop star.
Yeah,
and kids won't give a shit.
Yeah,
They'll just be like, oh well, it's all this like cool imagery made on TikTok.
Yeah, and the record label will make a fortune because there's not an actual person there
with feelings.
Yeah, like a record label themselves could create an AI artist.
Yeah. So
there's no one to pay. It just creates music. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Interesting point actually, because they've fucked up because they've signed an artist. What they should have done is just create their own. Yeah,
definitely, and then they don't have to pay anyone.
Yeah,
and it just generates.
And they can get them to do whatever.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's I'm like pretty freaked out by AI and generally just day to day, like with the whole like Midjourney thing going on at the moment.
What?
The AI Midjourney. There's those two different art creation.
Oh things. Yeah.
They creep me out.
The TikTok one's really good.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Wait,
I did like jiu-jitsu in space. Yeah. I was like, I'd stick that on my wall. The Dali or however, like the one I was like fucking around with, it's just creepy.
Yeah, that one's nuts. I think like Midjourney, it makes like I feel like on Midjourney, no matter what you put in it. Have you been on that one? No, you have to do it through like Discord. It's weird, like I don't fully understand Discord still. to this day. But you have to do it through Discord, and everything. If you've seen an AI generated image that kind of looks like 3D oil paint or something, it was probably on Midjourney, because even if you put, no matter what you put, it kind of has the same look to it. And I thought that TikTok thing was kind of the same, you know, it had like a similar look, even if you, like, you put what, Jiu-Jitsu in space. Yeah. I think I put like something like a witch, escaping a witch in the swamp in medieval England, or something like that. And kind of had the same like colour palette and vibes. But I think that DALL-E is like, it's crazy, it just fucking... It's just mashed. Everything you put in looks different. Yeah, you know, like, we've like, we've tried like tattoo designs and stuff, and it kind of does them like worryingly well. Like, you know, if you do like a snake, it won't line up properly, but you could take that and use it to, just you know what I mean. But then, you know, you can put in like watercolor or oil paint or this in the style of this artist, and it sort of does it, just everything looks a bit fucked. Yeah, you know, I need to give it a bit more, like, well, I went too fast. I like did like jiu-jitsu in the sea or whatever. And then I was like, I did something like grappling in space with 3 monsters around. Oh, right, okay. And it just kept fucking up. Right, it just wouldn't compute it. Oh, it's strange though, because I did a real specific one. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Was just shock at that time? Yeah, maybe. Every time I like really complicated it, it just...
Oh, yeah, because the one time I had like a go at seeing how specific we could do, I put something like a 18th century village being attacked by wolves in the style of like an artist, and it was kind of like a bit weird. yeah, and it was kind of like weird, but it did it, you know, like it brought up however many options it does, like 6 or something, right? And they all kind of look like that, you know, and I was like, oh, I don't like this, you know, like it's like a little glimpse into the weird future, isn't it?
Yeah, we were putting loads of terms in it that we probably can't say on camera in like a group chat that I'm in with a lot of people that, like, we used to go to festivals together, like 10, 15 years ago, and we used to come up with these like ridiculous games. So we were coming up with like completely made up game titles that we'd created, where we'd like put hats on and smack each other with croquet mallets while doing poppers at least. And we'd put that into it, and we got some fucking mad
that's like, pretty good.
So because we were going at it with like total off the wall stuff, and it was still like churning.
It
was well weird.
They're always the best games, like, we make them all.
Do you worry about
what? Sorry, you just need to go back to that game. So what's the explain I don't know, like a round of that game.
There was no real. Someone would shout the game.
It starts with a shout.
Like, you'd be sat like drinking your beers, cooking your super noodles or whatever. Yeah. And someone would shout the name of the game, and then you'd all have to, like, in a panic, get the nearest bottle of poppers. Yeah. Sniff them. And then grab the nearest croquet mallet.
All right. Okay.
And then
the nearest. So you had not just the croquet mallet we had with us, the closest one. You had like...
Yeah, there was like multiple, because like 6 of you would play it, and then there was always one ball, and you'd all have to just smack the ball.
Right, okay.
But you'd like, for some, like, you'd try and hide it, stop other people smacking it, and that was it. And basically until the pop was wore off.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
And I guess if something notable happened, then you'd be like, right, you're the champion.
Like you fucking, what's it called, where you like kick a football between two people's legs. Yeah, then you somehow you've won, sort of thing. Yeah. We did me and like Lunny invented a pretty cool drinking game like back in the day. It was like so it was called Pan of Wisdom, and you get like the biggest cooking pan you can find, and it takes a little bit of prep because you have to like write like 1,000 forfeits or something. Right. Half of the forfeits will be drink. You just say drink, and that's just your classic. Just take a drink, you drink. The other half are just anything you can think of, like anything. Like, so there's, I don't know, let's say there's like 200 different forfeits in there. 100 of them are drink, 100 of them are something else. You put like a plastic sheet over the pan and make a slit in, so you dip your hand in. Some of the forfeits would be stuff like play a round of Ring of Fire. So it's got like games within the game. So you have to set all this up on the table. Some of the forfeits would just be stuff like, we had one that was called like the eggnog, and you had to, like, the glass about that big, fill it up with raw eggs, and then top it up to the top with white vodka. Right. So like sometimes you just put your hand in, it says eggnog, and you're like, that's my night. Fuck. You know. Some would just say like throw up. Yeah. You know, just shit like that, and you just pass the pan round for, I don't know, like 4 hours. There was no winners.
Yeah.
You know, and like some of the, there'd be other aspects of all these other drinking games. Like there'd be like Ring of Fire. You know, there'd be like a dirty pint in the middle. So one of the forfeits would just be like add to the dirty pint.
Right.
It was fucked. That was it was pretty good. If I could get in touch with like, who's that toy maker? Hasbro. Yeah. I think we could make it big.
Tommy.
Yeah, we could make it big. Pan of Wisdom, trademark. Patent pending. That's the one.
Yeah. That
was a pretty good game.
You've completely stumped me.
Yeah, the first I remember like when the first time we play it, I was like completely sober because we were like, we'll play this to get annihilated. Completely sober, put my hand in, pulled it out, it just said be sick. So I just had to go outside and just be sick, like raw, you know, like no water, and just get out and just be sick. And that's how the game started. So it was like quite a bad
empty stomach as well to then start drinking.
Yeah.
Pretty
exactly.
raw.
Yeah, it's terrible. Horrible.
Was it you and Lunia that did the milk challenge?
Yeah.
Is that still on YouTube?
It is, yeah.
I'll stick the link in the comments.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, you can do if you want. I wouldn't know how to find it. I think the channel might have been called Food Fails, but I don't know if it was just on my personal YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd be able to find it. Food Fails Milk Challenge, probably. So with that, it's like a known challenge, isn't it? I think it's called like a gallon challenge or something. I might get this wrong, but one way or the other, there's like a difference in the American gallon and the English gallon.
Okay.
And we did one, and it ended up being more than what the actual challenge is, because, say, for example, we did the UK one that's actually bigger than the American one that the challenge says. Yeah. So I exceeded the gallon challenge and kept drinking because I thought I'm making it up to this bigger one. That was horrible.
So what have you got to just drink a gallon of milk?
I think you've got like 10 minutes or something. You have to drink like a gallon of milk, but the trick is that not many people have like the stomach capacity, I don't think. I think it's like too much, and that's why it's like a challenge. It was bad that like between like brain freeze and like milk, like, you know, like I think we just used like semi-skimmed milk.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to like...
could do full fat blue top.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe we did, I can't remember, I'll have to watch, yeah. But like, and the worst thing is like, Lunny's like quite known for being sick from things like that. So like, I thought, right, I'm going all right, I'm drinking this gallon, and he starts being sick next to me, and that just makes you go like, oh, right.
Hell yeah.
He's got like a bin, and
as
it's,
you
like,
know, I'm a barker. Like anyone else is being sick, it sets me off.
I think I drank like did a real good effort with it, and like I said, I think technically what the challenge is, I probably exceeded it, but then I kept drinking, and then, you know, after the time was up, or even before, I don't know, you know, we started horrendously being sick. So there's half of the video of us drowning our fucking selves in this milk, and the other half is just projectile throwing up milk. But what you don't see is it went on for like
it's a long video,
a day really. Like the rest of the day was me not having a good stomach. Feeling. You know, like because you've just drank loads of milk. Isn't like everyone, or like 90% of the world technically like not meant to be drinking milk anyway? Like like a lactose problem or something like that.
So most...
What was that noise?
Is that my child outside?
Yeah.
She's just followed me.
Yeah.
So like, I've learned this from having a small child, but like, you're basically not built to like take on milk. So like, a lot of the time when babies are on formula, they'll have like a really bad reaction to it.
I wonder if that'll pick that noise up.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't hear it, there's a small child crying outside. It's not mine. But basically, and you like develop the enzyme over time to get used to drinking cow's milk.
Oh, right, okay. Weird, yeah, definitely.
I've never, like, as a kid, I drank cow's milk, like, just because the parents always bought it.
Cow's
it sounds
milk,
weird.
you have to cut, definitely. That's what makes it horrible, isn't it?
In, like, a cereal and shit. And then when I moved out, I never thought I need to go to the shop and buy milk.
Yeah,
I slept through breakfast basically because I was nocturnal anyway.
Yeah. I think I went through like a good solid few years where I'd just drink just loads of milk. I remember, it was like I don't know, it was like a weird point where I felt like I really felt like it was super healthy to be drinking loads of milk, but I was drinking like, I don't know, like 4 pints a day. You know those big bottles you get? I'd like, I'd be like, it'd get to like, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night and I'd be like, oh shit, I've only drank 2 pints of milk. Yeah. One time I used to drink those, the horrible, but they're like UHT, long life milk.
Yeah.
So like, sometimes I just get loads of them because like, then you just always have milk in the house. And I just fucking opened one of them and just chug it while I was like gaming or whatever. And one time I'd like had one at an earlier date and I'd obviously left it like down the side of like my computer. Then I'd gone, and this night I was on and opened another one. I'd been drinking it and put it down. And I picked it back up and like, I don't know if it was just because it had been there that long or if it's because it was long life, but it was fucking off. It was like, I chugged it and it just, there's this sour, it was like, you know, on what I felt like like in hindsight, you know, on Lord of the Rings where the Uruk-hais force feed, I can't remember who it is it Merry and Pippin, where they get kidnapped and they force feed them this like black oil. That's what I feel like that tastes like, because this had been there for maybe like 2 weeks and it had gone like it had thick black bits and like water bits. Whoa. And I just started chugging. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a good chug of this milk. Fucking started hoying it down. My body just went, no. It was horrible.
We, same group of people.
Is the poppers and...
The poppers and the mallets, yeah. We were, it was like after college one night. For some reason, I remember it vividly. It was a Thursday night. We just had nothing to do. I don't, like, if you remember being like 16, 17.
No, I haven't.
And like, you
never
just
did that.
Leave the house with no intention.
Yeah,
you just wanted to be out of the house.
Mm.
So we were like, we'll go to Tesco and figure something out. We all drove to Tesco and we basically came up with a game called Lemonade Vengeance.
It's your next book.
Where
you ever do another book, it needs to be these a detailed description of how to play these games. Yeah.
And we basically, I mean, it's not very exciting.
I feel like it's going to be piss based.
And just bought like 2 litre bottles of lemonade and try to drink them as fast as you could. Which is now like a TikTok challenge.
Yeah,
trying to do it with a bottle of Sprite.
Yeah.
I'm like fucking amateurs. We tried 4 litres of Tesco's.
Oh, right. So you get 2 bottles per person.
Yeah.
And you have to drink.
You have to drink as much as you can.
Oh my God, that's
the aim is to try and drink 4 litres of lemonade, which is impossible by the
way.
Yeah. So you'd get like, I think the majority of us got like 1 2 litre bottle down and then a little bit of another one. And then it was just like, you just little sips and moral, what's it called? Your fucking willpower just just declining. And then we just basically all pulled over because we all just had to projectile vomit everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was like, it wasn't even like being sick because it was just pure lemonade, which just got like forced out of your yeah. But it's like, it was still like super fizzy. So like your eyes were watering and that. And then we were like, once we'd all been sick enough, we're like, well, we're just going to go home.
Yeah, that's
Lemonade Vengeance.
Good round, boys. See you next time. Lemonade Vengeance.
It was finishing it and then being like, well, that went probably as expected.
Yeah, lots of thumbs up and good.
Killed 2 hours.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you at college.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it was like with the milk though. Like, got to a certain point and my body just went, this has to be out. Yeah. You know, like, it's all of this is in and none of it can be in. You know, like,
because we were like competitive with it and I was like, I was like like mind over matter. I was like, I can drink these 2. I was like, I was like, just through force of like will, I'll be able to drink these.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You hit a point where your body goes,
you're 2 litres in.
You're like, and you're like, oh, I've got no say.
So gassy as well. That's the thing with the TikTok challenge, isn't it? I think you have to drink a bottle of a small 700ml bottle without burping. Yeah, I think that's the challenge.
Right, yeah.
I think anyway. Who knows?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, you know, I could see myself getting that competitive with it if it was like, you know, like you go to Bad Med back in the day and you get like 10 Jaeger bombs and you're like, can I drink these faster than this? Who I'm with? Yeah. But not for like a soft drink. Being like, can I drink? You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't see myself getting mega competitive over Lemonade Vengeance.
It was more like, well, yeah, it wasn't necessarily like beating my friends either. It was just like doing the task.
Yeah, I suppose I was
like,
yeah.
I was like, I've put myself through a lot of things.
Yeah, that's I could see that because I'm actually competitive in that way. Like, I'm not competitive against, I don't know, like, say you were like, right, I can do more press-ups than you. I'd be like, yeah, you probably could. But if I've done 20 press-ups and then someone tells me that I can't do 25, I'll be like, yeah, I can.
Right.
It's like me against me competition.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I thrive, is like myself against myself.
I was thinking, like, how if you said that to me, there'd be a little bit of me that I'll probably squash now.
Yeah.
But it still goes, fucking done all right. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
I mean, well, but then I thought about a specific incident where, do you remember TRC?
The band, yeah.
So they all stayed at my old flat.
No way, that's crazy.
After they played sumo.
Yeah.
And I knew
isn't that dude fucking massive? Isn't there like a massive fucking bald dude in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacked.
Yeah, it takes up too much space in that flat, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So, which, like, he was interesting because he was, like, sort of doing that self-improvement thing, like, that everybody does now. Like, way back. Right. So he was posting, like, I guess on Facebook, like, inspirational memes and all that, but, like, nobody was doing it.
Like, images of, like, mountains and that.
Yeah. And then he'd be like, look at my watch, like, I'm fucking killing it, because he was, like, a solicitor or something, like, in London. Yeah, I know.
Always blows my mind.
Really strange. So, like, I was, everyone was like, you're a wanker. Now, that's what, like, everyone's doing. I wonder, like,
like,
what
like,
his
this
Instagram's
prick.
like now.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably an influencer.
Yeah, they might go the other way. He might be, like, fucking alcoholic and...
Yeah.
All that positivity really got to him.
But my point, so he was in my house, and then Lister was convinced that he could do more press-ups than him.
Than the big dude?
Yeah.
Risky.
So, like, and you know what this is like, he was doing everyone's head in. So then, at some point, the guy, like, broke and was like, alright, we'll have a fucking press-up competition.
Yeah, let's go.
On my landing. He obviously fucking annihilated.
Yeah, can you remember how many he did?
No. Loads more than Lister.
Yeah, like, enough.
Yeah, just, like, unstoppable. And I was just like... I thought about that and I thought, oh well, if it was him, I'd probably go, I don't need you to prove this to me.
Yeah.
I'm well aware that you can beat me with
for sure.
that many press-ups,
definitely.
So.
I don't think
maybe I'm not that competitive.
I think, like, back in the day, I'd probably get competitive about that. You know, like when we used to tour and stuff. I feel like we've had that exact competition before on tour.
When we used to go on tour, I mean, I was a white belt. But I was convinced that was probably the hardest person in the room.
yeah.
Every crazy, gig, I'd just have this supreme confidence because I trained for about 3 weeks where I'd be like...
Yeah, and I had this weird thing where I thought, because I watch a lot of MMA, that I'm really good at it. You know, like, I've like always really been into, like, Pride as long as I can remember, really.
You've been into MMA longer than I have.
Yeah, like, watching it, definitely not doing it. I mean, we started at about the same time, didn't we? But
yeah.
Then I just stopped for some reason. I can't remember why. Just the wrong time, really. But yeah, I remember going on tour and just being like, I can armbar anyone in this room. Like, 100%. Like, when I think back, I don't even know if it, like, what I was doing in my head was like an armbar now. You know, like...
Probably was.
You know, like, you know, like, been shown since how to do an armbar.
Yeah.
That's not what I was doing on tour. You know, like, we used to roll and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, just on the
let's
floor.
warm up for the gig on this hard wooden floor by rolling in front of these other bands.
I know. Like, but again, I feel like at the time, because we started a while ago.
How long ago was that? 10 years?
6, 7.
Years ago? Just those numbers.
67. No, it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
When?
Maybe 8.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had to fucking remember all that for that book.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. That seems wild. That seems so long ago. Like, you know, you'll be right, but it seems way longer in my head.
I remember.
But yeah, I suppose I wasn't. Well, I'm like 32 now. Yeah, I wasn't 22. I was older than 22.
Yeah.
It wasn't 10 years ago.
I was like 26, between sort of 25 to 27.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because I remember thinking, I'm a bit late to this, which is wild to right now.
Training?
Not to be
gigging.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Because I'd been like around people that had been touring so much, and bands that were like in the 20s. I thought I was over the hill.
Yeah.
Which is fucking mental, really.
Yeah.
Like, but in actual fact, what helped us be as successful as we were was the fact that we were a bit older.
Yeah, for sure.
So we understood like how to market ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to that about starting a new band.
Yeah.
At the moment, just being like a bit more clued up with it all.
Yeah.
You know, just not. I don't know. I won't have to put up with some of the bullshit that comes with like starting up a new band.
Yeah. Fucking playing Liberties every week. Oh,
yeah. Or like, you know, when you drive like fucking 5 hours to somewhere you've never heard of, and you get there and it's like a working man's club, and there's like 8 people and they're in one of the other bands. And you're like, right, we've done this drive for like 30 quid, and there's no one watching us. Like, what's the point? You know, like, gonna just try and focus on like, you know, getting some good gigs like and shit.
Efficiency over time, like it's a very inefficient.
Yeah, it's terrible,
thing,
and like, you know, like that would happen, wouldn't it? You know, like you turn up and there's no one watching you apart from the other bands, and you're like, man, we could have just fucking sent each other our SoundClouds or something. You know, like
it happened in Nottingham with that promoter that did exactly the same thing to Hey Alaska about 5 years before.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
Did it happen to us?
Yeah.
What promoter was it?
He was like a young lad with curly hair. It was in Nottingham, and it was like... It was
man, I can't remember playing Nottingham.
I only remember the gig because of this incident.
Right.
Literally, nobody else was in there. It was like a shitty club, like back of a pub club thing. And I got proper... when I went with Hey Alaska, I was tour manager for the day because some other people couldn't make it or whatever. And then the lad tried to not pay us, and I had to jump in the car with Jamie Bradley with the van following us. I basically had to threaten this kid into paying us, and he was
just talking about this yesterday, that we'd send you out pay issues.
Yeah. So he wouldn't pay us, so I jumped in the car with him, and basically he tried everything, like, I'll PayPal you it, whatever, and so we basically drove to this like shack in Nottingham. I don't know what he had to do to get this money, but he like ran in, and I thought, he's dead. He's running this house, and he's just ran straight out the back door. It was just like, it looked like an abandoned house, and he came back out about 20 minutes later with the money in £5 notes all rolled up into tiny little balls. Never asked any questions. Then we played for the exact same promoter in Nottingham, and he tried to not pay us.
No way.
Yeah, and I looked at him, and I was like, when we first pulled up, I thought, oh, this is near that.
The second time now.
The second time, I thought, oh, this is near that place we played. Then we like loaded the gear, and I went, I remember this. And then like nobody turned up, and I was like, I wonder. And I spoke to the promoter, and I was like, oh, it was you.
Yeah, you're the guy. Yeah.
And then he tried to not pay us.
Fucking hell! And did we get it paid?
Yeah.
What happened there?
I don't know. I just threatened him. Yeah.
Just took him to the cash point or whatever.
Yeah. I can't remember. We didn't go through that ordeal. I didn't have to take him to a fucking checkhouse way.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. We got the money somehow, because immediately I went, hang on, I know it's. I was like, this isn't even deja vu. This is just an exact copy of something else that's already happened.
It's crazy thinking about like just gigs and stuff in general, like promoters. Back then, when I was in a band, you'd be like, yeah, he's a promoter, like he knows what he's doing. But now, like looking back, it's just some fucking weird little dude that like he's got like 20 quid in his pocket, thinking, oh, I hope people turn up because I can't pay anyone.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking hell.
Because the way we'd think about gigs is like, you'd have the money to pay the bands anyway. And then if you didn't sell any tickets, it was your fault and you lost all your money.
Yeah.
But people would put gigs on with no money, just praying that people
for sure, definitely.
And then be surprised when they couldn't pay you.
I can't remember where the turning point was, but I remember we realised that what you had to do to get the money was just get you drinking whiskey and start being like, oh yeah, like the promoter's been a bit weird, and like as you drank a bit more whiskey, you'd kind of be like, right, that's it. I'm gonna get the fucking money. Yeah, okay. Johnny Concrete. Yeah. I think that's why it always happens. I tell a lot of people while I'm tattooing them about like Johnny Concrete. You know, like the other you.
Yeah. He hasn't been out for a while.
But you know, again, like he came out so much, and that was like before you properly trained or anything.
I know.
Yeah, you just had like sheer willpower and confidence behind you.
I got that nickname while I was at uni.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wondered where it came from.
Because it happened when. There's a series of like nights out where I'd go for a piss, everything would kick off. I'd come back from a piss, it'd have all died down, and then someone would be like, oh, someone's just got in a fight. And I'd be like, who?
Yeah.
What? And I'd be like, can you sort it out? And I'd be like, it's done.
Yeah,
and I'd just be like storming around the country.
Yeah, you've got like 100%.
Yeah, but like 5 minutes too late every time. So everyone would be like, calm down, Johnny Concrete.
Yeah, there was somewhere where that exact thing happened, basically, where like it was in, it might have been like, I don't know, one of those fucking weird places like Kendall or something.
Yeah.
I was talking about Kendall actually, you know, because that was when we got Dale.
That's when we broke Dale. It was his first gig, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know what Dale told me the other day?
What?
That when we got him to join the band and we thought he was 18, he was lying and he was actually like 16 or 17. He told me that the other day.
I think he told me he was 17, ages a while afterwards. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was 17 when we smashed. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's fucked.
Yeah, I know. That's what made it even like
literally funneling wine into him. It's like, no, I can't drink anymore. Just drink the wine, Dale.
So funny. I never forget him being sat with that like sleeping bag on him, even though it was the middle of summer, and his face just like, I've never seen the colour drain from someone's face, and just like wobbled like that. Yeah. Fucking mate.
Oh man.
I feel responsible for Dale.
That was Kendall, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Because weren't we in the Hey Alaska van?
It broke down.
And it fucking broke down, and like it was like the worst because he was like having a bad time, like real bad time, and we needed to like get to the gig really, because like there was a window. He's gonna be unconscious shortly.
We played with it's James Maxwell's band.
Horizons.
James Maxwell.
Yeah.
We played with them.
It's like the friendliest man in hardcore.
Yeah, friendliest. Yeah. Looks terrifying, but
yeah.
All I remember was there being nothing there except a KFC. I remember
Kendall, yeah.
I remember playing the gig and I remember the first note and the last note and nothing in between. And then when we finished, everyone was like,
it was in that
and I was like,
weird...
we must have done well because I was smashed.
Yeah, it was in that weird. It was like half a museum almost. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was like I don't know. In my head, I'm probably remembering it, but different. It was like
there was like a cobbled
and, like,
floor
glass
and like
yeah.
It looked too nice to have us in there. That's for sure.
I think that is the first time I tried Kendall mint cake and realised that I don't like Kendall mint cake.
As in, you tried it before and just like
no, I don't think I'd ever tried it. I'd heard of it a lot, you know, and been like, that must be all right because everyone's I don't know, everyone's like.
I think as a kid I liked it just because it was pure sugar, and then I tried it over the age of 12 and I was like, this is fucking
it's kind of like it's like the consistency of soap but with the flavour of toothpaste, and that's like two things that I'm not dead stuck. Literally that's what it is to me. It's like a bar of soap that's toothpaste flavour.
Yeah.
I don't get the hype.
Don't you think the illusion of like things like that gets killed when you go to the place? Like,
for sure.
You've got Wensleydale and you're like, oh shit, it's just,
Is that a place? Is that where the cheese comes from? Is it? Where's that? Down south?
Somewhere.
England.
I driven past it. Yeah, it's British,
Wensleydale. Yeah, I never even thought that must be a place.
Yeah.
And they just make one type of... Is that the cheese and the wax? Wensleydale, where you get it in like...
So. Might have holes in it. Or is that Dutch cheese? I know what you mean. Like,
you know what I mean? Like
an orb of cheese.
To Wensleydale.
Yeah. I feel wholly responsible for Dale's trajectory in life based on
for sure. Yeah. I'm just like luckily I'm still mates with him, so just trying to make amends. Like my name is Earl. Just like list of all the wrongs.
He asked loads of questions. I posted on Instagram, I don't know if you saw it, saying
I'm doing
a podcast for you.
Yeah.
And Dale asked like 5 questions. And I don't know if any of them are suitable. I can't remember, but, I was going to ask you one of them actually.
Oh yeah, go on then.
But Phil Saunders interestingly asked, in 10 years' time, I think I know what your answer to this is going to be. In 10 years' time, who's going to be a better tattoo artist, you or Jill? For people that don't know, Curtis's other half,
in 10 years'
Jill,
time,
is a very good tattoo artist.
Jill.
Yeah.
And really, I'd consider it a failure on my part if she wasn't. Like, the whole goal of teaching Jill and someone to tattoo is that I feel like I can teach someone to be better than I am.
Right.
You know, like the apprenticeship I did, I was quite lucky in the sense that there was like people like Sonny, Paul, Reggie, Eden, everyone that was there, like Natalie, everyone that give you a little bit of time and teach you how to do stuff. I was quite lucky, but like some apprenticeships you see and they don't have that. And when I was thinking about teaching Jill, I thought, right, I can do everything that I wish I'd had.
Yeah.
When I was learning,
Yeah.
Just do it properly, really, and
sit and spend time with them.
Yeah, and the thing with like teaching someone something is that like I don't know, there's certain things where it's taken me 3 years to figure out how someone does it, but then I can show Jill how to do it in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
I don't know, like stipple shading or something. That took me like years to get to how it is now.
Yeah.
But then when I was teaching Jill, I was like, oh, and this is how you stipple. Showed her, she did it, she tried it. I said like, no, just a bit, I don't know, move your hand a bit slower or something.
Yeah.
And then she can do it now. So she's starting off.
You had to figure out that process. Yeah.
So I was starting off with like a really low baseline of how to do things, and then bringing it up to where it's at now.
Yeah.
Whereas, so say I've got it to here, Jill's starting here, so her lid should be higher.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my theory on it anyway. That, you know, and she's doing a lot better than I was at that point.
Yeah.
You know, that was I don't know, for my first year of tattooing, just fucking winging it, just seeing what happens. Just doing weird trad tattoos and stuff and going like, I think
it's quite a heavy black trad, wasn't it? Whereas Jill's got a lot of detail.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Stuff she's done a lot, he looks awesome.
Yeah, like I've got on my shin, I've got like her 3 first tattoos, and they look like pretty much as good as the tattoos now, really.
Yeah.
They're just like healed really good and shit, so. Because I also have to go through that trajectory. You know, like my style changes quite a lot. That's probably just due to me like wanting to like improve, and I feel like you have to like go out of your comfort zone to like improve and stuff. But my style's changed a little bit because you tattoo for like 2 years, and then you start seeing people come back with heel tattoos, and you know, I think you get little things like, oh, the lines might be too close together.
Yeah.
So the healing and the spreading out. So then you make a little adjustment and stuff like that. All that knowledge I can just give to Jill straight away. If she draws something, she's like, is that cool? I'm like, yeah, but those lines might be too close together, or like you might want to. So you know, do you know?
You can immediately,
like, set her off on like the right path.
Yeah.
Straight away. So hopefully, in fucking 10 years, she'll be a lot better than I am.
Yeah.
That's like the idea. Do you know what I mean?
Sweet.
It's hard to like judge though as well. Like what's better?
Yeah.
You know, like we draw things different. We do like a similar style, but like we draw things better and stuff. But
it's hard, isn't it?
Good question, Phil Saunders. Went off on a bit of a fucking tangent there. Yeah.
No, it's good.
Good question.
Dale says, I'm going to pick one of Dale's questions.
Yeah.
Said, how does it feel to be such a large influencer yet be completely overshadowed by your bass player?
Fucking hell. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard being
in a band with a monolithic behemoth like Dale.
He's an unstoppable force.
The unstoppable folk artist from Middlesbrough, Dale Husband. Yeah, definitely. And now even worse. You know, he's started coming to the MMA gym I go to, and he's just crushing everyone with his overwhelming strength and willpower.
His power.
Yeah, good question, Dale.
I tell a lot of people about your tattoo apprenticeship.
Oh yeah,
because I was there for a lot of it, probably the second half of it when I was working at Skins, and you were there. Because people, you know, I talk to people about tattoos, or just like people that want to succeed in anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so there was like an obvious shift when we were touring. Not a shift, but like you started drawing more, and it was quite clear that you wanted to like take that path. And I also quote something you did to a lot of people as well, but I'll get to that about like a drawing you did. But like, so at the time we were in a band, and for a lot of us, for all of us, it was like a big focus of our life.
Yeah.
But you were also working nights at Morrison's.
Yeah. There'll have been a point where I was just on normal daytime before I started the apprenticeship. I think I might have just been on like full time retail general work where it was like days or nights or earlys, or you know what I mean. But I think
there was a point where you were apprenticing full time, working in a tattoo shop 4 or 5 days a week.
6. Yeah, Monday to Saturday.
And then working nights in Morrison's.
5 nights a week.
And then coming on us.
Coming on you. Coming on us. Yeah. yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's how I spent my hours. Just coming on the rest of the band.
And when were you sleeping?
Right, so I'll run you through the routine there. So I might get a bit, it might be a bit wrong. I can't remember exactly what days and stuff I worked, but I know at my tattoo apprenticeship it was Monday to Saturday, 10 till 6, I think. Morrison's night shift was, I think I started at 10 o'clock at night and finished at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
That was in Gisborough, and obviously the apprenticeship was in Middlesbrough, so there was like half an hour travel either way, sort of thing.
On,
So I'd sort of finish nights at 7 o'clock in the morning, go home. I had 3 hours in between finishing that job and starting the apprenticeship. So I'd go home, probably have some food. I'd literally lay down in the bed without even closing the curtains because it was just, there was no chance I was going to get sleep. I'd just lay down for like a little bit. Sometimes I'd fall asleep for like 20 minutes and my alarm would go off and I'd be like, fuck, I've blinked.
Yeah.
I'd get up, drive to the tattoo studio, do like 10 till 6, then finish at 6 o'clock, go home, and I had 4 hours between finishing that before I had to start the nights again. So that was where I got my sleep, which would be like an hour and a half.
Right.
Because like it was 30 minutes to drive home.
You get home, you
some
need
food,
to eat,
and I need to like wind down from like working all day. So I got like an hour and a half sleep. I did that exact thing for 6 full days, and then I was off from both jobs on Sunday, so I'd sleep all day. But sometimes it'd be like, you know,
band practice.
Yeah, band practice, a gig, or roadworks outside.
Yeah,
just anything that stopped me sleeping.
Yeah.
Did that, managed to uphold that pace for like a year, which I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't change anything because it got me where it's at. But I wouldn't recommend that amount of like sleep deprivation. It was like maximum 1 hour of sleep for like 6 days of the week. And then Sunday I'd sleep as much as I possibly can to like top up. But it doesn't really work like that.
Sleep doesn't work like that.
You don't. It's not like, you know, I don't know. I can't compare it to anything.
No.
But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But I wouldn't change anything because, you know, you change one little thing and I might not have ended up.
Sure.
But it was pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I ended up hallucinating and shit.
Yeah.
Like real bad.
Yeah.
It was terrible. There was, you know, one time on nights in Morrison's, I just went up to one of the supervisors on nights and I was like, there's a monk. I can remember it vividly. I was like, there's a monk near the milk.
Yeah.
And I just looked down the aisle while I was doing stuff and I can remember it as a memory, not as like a hallucination. I remember seeing a dude in like robes. At the end, like way down the other end of the shop and being like, what the fuck, that's weird. And obviously there wasn't, you know. That was the point where I was like, right, I should probably...
Do you think like you went interdimensional because of lack of sleep?
For sure. Yeah, some like weird like DMT kind of. Yeah, definitely.
Because there probably was monks in Gisborough at one point.
Yeah, like the
shopping in Morrison's.
like the ghosts and stuff. Yeah, like because of the priory.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty shit to be honest. I did that for like a full year and then I managed to, I think, switch to like early shifts where it was like 5 a.m. Yeah, I don't know, like 4 a.m. to 11. Right, you know, something like that. So it was a bit more. I could actually get a structure for like the last maybe like 6 months of my apprenticeship.
Yeah,
and that was all right. But yeah, factor in the fact that we like toured and gigged and shit as well. That was it was wild.
You didn't get paid for your tattoo apprenticeship, obviously. Which is why you had to work to earn money.
Yeah, because at that point I lived on my own. Yeah, just lived on my own in Gisborough, so I had to work full time to be able to afford to do the tattoo apprenticeship. Really, because I had like a shitty car and stuff that was costing your first car just breaks like weekly and shit.
Yeah, and I think your insurance is expensive as well. But also like I use that as an example. I probably don't. Maybe I just think it, but like when people say they want to do something, I'd like to be a tattoo artist, or I'd like to, or if people are perhaps looking at other successful people and being like, oh, you know, like why is he like that, or people compare themselves to successful people, but don't actually want to put the work in, I guess is my point. But I'm always, and I'm not recommending that and saying that you have to do that. Sure.
But sometimes like, that's what it takes.
If you want it enough, you'll do that. It'll happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you'll sacrifice sleep in your case.
Yeah, it's kind of like that thing where like, you know, I sometimes say or think I wish I could play guitar, but I don't because I'd have done it. You know, if you wish. Yeah. You know, like, I could, at any moment, take up guitar. Yeah. But I'm not, so I don't really want it that much.
You know the path. Mean? Like, Like, I know that if I spent an hour a night, because I've had the same thing with guitar. If I spent an hour a night and just picked up a guitar, I'd learn to play guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't, I spend that hour doing something.
Like, I want to fucking, play PlayStation or some shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's probably my own fault, like to a fault. Sorry, but sometimes people say that to me, and they'll be like, "Oh, I wish I could draw," and I'm like, "Well, you don't, do you? Because otherwise you draw."
Well,
you know what I mean.
So, which brings me actually quite nicely to that other point that I was on about. I remember, I think we were in the van, in a car, whatever, and you were at some, like, it might be early stages of your apprenticeship, I can't remember. And you had, I presume it was pen and paper, because I don't think people were drawing on iPads.
Definitely. Yeah.
And
yeah,
you
it was
drew,
way before the iPad phase of tattooing.
Just like pen to paper, drew this monster. And I like watched you do it. We must have been on tour. And I remember thinking, because I had nothing else to do, so watching you draw.
Yeah. It's like after I've been tour or something. Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I'll never be a tattoo artist because I could never do that. I could never put pen and paper and have that level. In my head, I thought you've already got a level of talent that I'm going to have to work so hard to achieve that it's almost pointless because you're starting from here. Yeah. I'm starting from here. And you're only going to go up. But the more I've reverse engineered that and the more I've actually designed stuff for Reap and whatever, I've actually realised that and I don't know how much work you put in before that, but I'm like, if I draw every day I can get to that level because I've made significant improvements in my drawing. And I always
definitely,
I thought I was a person that couldn't draw full stop. I thought I don't have that thing that other people have where they can just draw. But I thought, I just presumed it was a talent that gets worked on. If you don't have that talent, you'll never be any good. But actually, it's a skill.
Yeah. It's like you said with the guitar. Yeah. If you start playing now, you'll be better at guitar in a year than you are now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the same with drawing, for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Like, I think it's not I don't necessarily see it. I don't know if advantage is the right word, but like, I started drawing when I was like 2. Yeah. Or something. Like, my dad draws. Right. And stuff. He used to just draw. He'd like be sat drawing, and I'd just sit and copy what he was drawing from like really young. There's like photos of me like super young, like a fucking pencil in my hand and stuff. Yeah. Or like, you know, like painting some shit. Yeah. And so maybe that is an advantage, you know, because I've got a lot more time drawing. I mean, obviously within reason.
It's just environmental, though, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Like... And then I sort of evolved from that to I got into like, you know, like Conan comics and like Spawn and stuff. Yeah. And I'd copy or trace like Conan comics. Yeah. So then I got used to drawing like faces and shit like that, and it just like adapted from there, really, which is pretty cool. Yeah, because like anatomy is one of the hardest things to draw, I think. Yeah, still, like, I mean, it's faces, hands, definitely 100%. Like... It's still like a struggle. Yeah. You know, like sometimes I just have a full meltdown. Like I'll be drawing something and I'll just have a complete meltdown. And I'll be saying to Jill, I'm like, that's it, I can't draw anymore. Like, it's gone. Like, I can't fucking draw a hand or something. And Jill will be like, what are you on about? Like, yes, you can. Just have a rest. Because that's kind of another part of it as well. Is like, there's like the pressure to draw now. You know, like every night I have to draw something. It's fine. I love it. It's great. You know, that I have a reason to draw, not just for like fun. You know, but sometimes you just don't feel creative. You know, like, so you're trying to draw and you're like, fucking hell, man, I've drawn like 1,000 snakes, but I cannot draw a snake today. Yeah, you know, and then it's quite stressful.
The bucket's empty. I think you just have to take yourself away from that situation sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. It's the same as everything. Like, that's my rule on.
You can either push through or you can step away. Like,
that's my my like sort of rule set for when I'm playing like Dark Souls and shit. Like, if I'm at the point where like my head's gonna blow up because I'm furious. Down from a boss. Just stop and try again the next day. It's the same with drawing.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say with games, how many times have you done that? Because I've done it and then just went back onto it and then done it first try.
Like, for sure, definitely.
Because you've taken.
That's literally it. Like, have a break, have some food, I'll go to sleep, get up and do it. I do it with appointments a lot. Like, if I can't draw in an evening, it's kind of like a gamble. But it always pays off.
Yeah, because it's the next day.
Just stop drawing, go to sleep, get up in the morning and just draw it. And you can do it. But if you can't, you're fucked. You're just like, I have had to like reschedule people a few times, you know, been like, I'm really sorry, I just can't fucking draw your appointment.
Yeah. I think that's okay though. I think like...
Yeah, definitely.
You'd rather get that as a person. Like,
definitely.
Like, say, look, I've been trying to nail this, but I need another couple of
weeks.
Yeah,
I just need to fucking try a bit harder for another week.
Yeah. I'll just have a break or whatever.
Yeah, like, definitely.
What you guys do is intense. Like, it's super intense.
It is crazy. Like, I don't think about that much, but then sometimes when I'm doing a tattoo, I just have this, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
it just comes over. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I just think the intensity of the work as well. Like, because like you say, you get up, you're probably thinking about your design, unless you've already nailed it the night before. You do that tattoo, or you might do 2 tattoos, and then you're drawing again. You're constantly prepping for what's like.
For sure.
Which is a nice place to be.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's an intense way to work.
Yeah, definitely. It's I'd never like complain about tattooing.
Yeah.
You know, like anything I say, it's coming from a place of absolutely loving my job.
Yeah.
But the hardest part is like mentally. Like now I'm at the point where, you know, if someone wants a tattoo on the ribs, if they want a tattoo on the face, or like the back of the head, or the foot, I can do it.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's stress has gone now.
Yeah.
Now it's just the stress of like getting the design right and just that constant turnover sort of thing.
Yeah, because you don't want to get complacent. Well, you're not the type of person that would want to get complacent, and also like if that process was taken to like, you know, like a different working environment. Like if it was me and I was making videos, because that's what I do for a living, and I knew what I was doing, I was booked up for the next 3 months. And I could do it, or I'd be like, I'm gonna take a week, and I'm gonna do the next 3 months worth of videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You can't really do that with tattoos. No. You're gonna change. You're gonna want to.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
People's ideas change. That like what they want is gonna be different. Like
it's
you can't book out. You know what I mean?
No,
you can't be like,
weird,
right, I've done my next 6 months worth of tattoo design.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's like, not everyone will do the same, but if I'm like. I don't overbook myself every day because I feel like I have to be at 100% for every tattoo. Yeah. Because I don't think it's fair on the people I'm tattooing and not at 100%. Sure, you know, so if I'm like, I've rescheduled for all sorts in the past, like stuff like, you know, like if I haven't slept properly and that. It's like, I'm really sorry, but I can't tattoo your neck because I haven't slept.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Shit like that. So that's like a bit of pressure as well that I do struggle with because like sometimes I just can't sleep and then it'll get to like midnight and I'm like, man, I'm tattooing in like 10 hours. And then it gets to like 2 a.m. and I'm like, right, 8 hours I'm doing a tattoo. And it's like, oh, fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It is like, I mean, it is a cool job though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking meant. It's like literally, I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't tattoo. Like, it'd probably be, I don't know, like I went to uni and did like computer game art. Yeah. So I'd probably have to go down with like video game route or something. I actually dropped out of uni, I can't remember at what point because of tattooing because I thought, right, fuck this, I'm just gonna have another go at getting a tattoo. I tried like from when I was really young, didn't get, you know, I just didn't get like the shot really. Gave up for a year or so and then tried again, and that's when I dropped out of uni. I was like, fuck this.
There is a load of crossover. I always say like, I mean, it depends on your style, but I'm like Reggie's like composition is on like another level in terms of he could stop tattooing tomorrow and he could just be a freelance graphic designer.
Yeah, for sure. Like, definitely. Like I can't do that like at all. Like what he does. You know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it? Like
it's crazy. Like you know when we did those skateboards, that was terrible. That was the worst thing ever. I didn't realise like the level that Reggie was going to do that skateboard
ridiculous,
at. I put like I think if I laid it out in time that I was actually sat drawing, not including like, you know, looking at it and thinking and shit like that. It's probably like 4 hours. Right. You know, like of actual time to do that mass skateboard.
Yeah. It was cool.
And if I'd have known what Reggie's looked like in advance, I'd have quadrupled that.
I'd have paid someone else to do mine. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I physically, I just...
Oh yeah, I couldn't get anything looking as good as that, but I could put something in my own style. Yeah. I could put that amount of effort into my own style, but it still wouldn't look as good as Reggie's. Yeah. You know what I mean?
If I'd have seen it, it would have crippled me. I'd have just been
for sure. Yeah, definitely. It's terrible.
But even like it was fucking ridiculous. Like it was so much effort and thought went into it, but he's just that good at like
definitely. And you know, that's not digital either. That's real physical painting. You know, like because that's another thing as well. Like iPads and stuff, that's sort of changed everything. Like you can, if you can draw on an iPad you can draw on paper, but there's a lot of things iPad makes a lot easier that I couldn't even translate from my own style back onto paper now. You know, like, cause I've just got that used to fucking digitizing everything.
It's funny, cause like I learned a lot when I was working at Skins, and I didn't realise at the time, but I learned a lot about composition and and about that, like, I didn't realise for ages, but it's how I design stuff for Reap. So I basically like draw or come up like with a concept, like a rough idea, and then I take it into Photoshop. I've used Photoshop for like 15 years.
Yeah.
So I like I basically take my rough thing, put it in Photoshop, clean it up, and then do like basically turn it into a professional design in Photoshop, because I can't do that on an iPad.
Okay.
But what I like to do is like I like draw my iPads, but now sometimes I'll just get a pencil and paper and just draw. And I find that I've gotten better, but it's like it's a different skill.
Yeah,
like,
for sure, definitely. Yeah, I'll try and do like a physical. I literally, you've probably got it. I'll draw on paper, and sometimes I go to press undo, or like I go to zoom. That's the main one. I'll go to zoom on the paper, and you're like, what am I doing? Like,
my sister once told me that she did that with a map. She did like a physical map. She went, and then was definitely. Like, oh my god,
I can't do that. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? Because like that happens all the time. Like, because if there's something. If I go somewhere and there is a pen or something that I can draw with and something that I can draw on, I don't have a control, like I can't not draw something, you know, like, but I've noticed that happening, like I don't know if I'm fucking drawing on a bit of wall or something like that, I'll go to like zoom in and do some detail and I'll look and I'm like, my brain is broken from using an iPad. It's fucked.
It's well scary, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And like, you know, you can't undo and you're like, what? You know, like you go to press the area that the undo button's at and you're like, what am I doing?
I remember seeing the shift of like realism artists picked up iPads first and started obviously because I think for composition like it just made everything so much easier.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Adam like printing out different things and like sellotaping them together to make a stencil and like
to then like hand stencil over the top of it and shit.
So you could see the obvious benefits there, and then seeing trad artists being like, oh, I'm never using an iPad, and then literally. 6 months later, there was
that weird moment, wasn't there, where it was like, fuck that, that's not what art's about. And then like now everyone's like,
like none of them talk about it, but they all just got iPads at the same time.
It's just like, no, fucking let's not mention this, boys, but I want one of them fucking iPads. I mean, I was the same though. I was like, nah man, like hand drawing, that's the way. But now I'm like, fuck that.
It's the time, and again with I think Reap's first design, because I probably didn't have an iPad, because why would I have? But I drew that on pencil, scanned it in. This is only 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Scanned it in, put it in Photoshop, like cleaned it up in Photoshop, and shit.
Well, that's how we used to have to do tattoo designs, and that seems like
that's what I mean. That's where I took it from.
It's like medieval now. You know, like you draw something on paper and then like trace it on tracing paper to get like the outline. And then fucking scan it. It's like that seems.
Remember, it's like at Skins, and like everybody's appointments were at 10 in the morning. So there'd be a battle for the computers because there was only a couple of computers. Like iPads has solved that. It's basically saved like tattoo shop owners.
Like
money.
we don't have a computer. We just have our iPads and you just print. Straight to the printer from your iPad. That's it. It's gone. You know. It's crazy. Definitely. I can't tell you how much time it saves though. Like not having to like find a design. Like, you know, you'd look at your appointment. This is before iPads. You'd look at your appointment and be like, right, that guy's booked in for like, I don't know, that skull with that dagger. And you go, right, where's that drawing? You know, like, oh fuck. I don't know, like 20 pad, like fucking sketch pads and like tracing paper pads and that. That design's somewhere between my house and the studio. You know. It's fucked.
It was quite like a lot of tattoo artists did have though. Like Sonny, I think, had them all over his. Like walls, didn't he? Like,
for sure. It saves me so much time having an iPad. Like that's what it is for me. Like it hasn't really. It's helped me get better because you can try shit without the risk of ruining the drawing. So it has definitely helped me get better. But the main thing is just time and ease. Like for sure. Just like having all your drawings and shit just in one thing. And then sometimes people are like, oh, I don't like that thing, and you're just like, I've got it on a layer anyway. You know, I'll just rub it out.
Sweet. How are you finding being in a band again?
It's good. Like, we did, it's weird because we've been a band. It came up on my time hop for like a year now.
Have you?
But we haven't fucking released anything or announced anything just because that's the way to do it, I think. So, we've like recorded an EP. We're finishing the video off tonight. And then once we've got that, once the video's back, Eddie Maynard's doing that. Once we get that back off him, we're good to go and finally like announce what we're called and everything.
Yeah.
But man, it was rough starting a band again, like from like member changes and shit like that. But the main thing is we did like a practice. I did like 1 minute of vocals and I was fucked. Literally like heart rate, fucking 120, like my throat was fucked. My ears started hurting, like my neck was fucked. And I was like, all right, I can't do it anymore, I'm too old. But then, obviously over like across the year, I've sort of got back to being able to do it again.
Yeah. But, it's like you're breathing and everything, like it's like a whole thing, screaming for a band.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And then like, there was for the first like 6 months I was doing it, but I was fucking my voice. It was like learning how to do it all over again. And now I feel alright with it, but it's weird being, I don't know, like just from an observation sort of point, just being in a band again, but having the knowledge of like past bands and stuff. Yeah. I'm just like, like all the shit we were talking about earlier, like gonna try and miss all the bullshit gigs. I'm looking forward to that, like if we can't get,
we've got any gigs booked. I know you can't, probably can't shout about them, but
we've got like our first gig like planned.
Yeah.
I don't want to say about it in case there's lineup changes or anything like that, but we're looking to probably release stuff on if all goes well on the 1st of October. So our first gig will probably be in October.
Yeah.
If all goes well. And then after that, we're just probably going to aim to do at the absolute most one local gig a year. You don't want to be overplaying your hometown, do you?
Yeah, fuck it, yeah.
And then probably not going to gig loads. Like I don't think we'll be touring and stuff. I can't really sort of be bothered with that anymore. I don't really think I've got like a week tour in me anymore.
I said it because I was saying about how there was like a feeling when you get in the van, you shut the van door behind you, and you're off for a week.
Yeah.
It's like no other.
For sure.
Fucking awesome.
Definitely.
And you're just like, I remember doing it in the past, just turning my phone off and just being like,
for sure.
Fuck all that. I'm just like, which was mint, but now I don't think I get that same feeling.
Yeah,
especially not with.
I feel like it'd be completely different for you, like with having like a kid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think for me, weirdly, when we'd go on tour, like the actual gig was like the worst part.
Yeah.
And it was just hanging out with like all like
London,
it was just like a van, like 5 or 6 of us in a van, like all like dead good mates. Going to fucking London, going to fucking Leeds, just mooching about. Yeah. Like skate, like we just got like skate park.
Yeah.
Like, you and Charlton would like skate about. I'd just be sat drinking beer yours.
Yeah.
That was great. Going to water parks and shit.
Yeah, we made the best we could out of it for sure.
And then you get to the gig and you'd be like, man, this kind of sucks. You know what I mean?
Like, fuck's sake.
I think the issue, not an issue, but the sort of problem that it is now is that when we were gigging, that was the cool part. I was just fucking working in retail, and then we'd be like, let's do this. But now I've got a pretty cool job.
Yeah.
That's just like
that
another
cool
thing.
An escape from.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good though. We'll play some shows, but it's gonna be like different, being a bit older and being in a band in a good way.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty stoked.
I might make some like mad lo-fi video for your first gig.
Yeah, for sure.
Get some like shitty cameras.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like,
definitely. Yeah,
like stylize it and.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And that's another thing. Being in a band now, I've got like all this fucking social media like know-how.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can get us hyped up.
Yeah.
Way past where we should be for the level we're at, if you know what I mean.
It's funny now. I've always thought that you've been really good at getting attention online. Whether that's been like on purpose or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously you can now tailor that to like your TikTok's funny.
Yeah, man, I hate that app, but it's great. Like it gets me like a lot of traffic to my Instagram, which is where I get bookings from.
Which is the idea.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
But man, I don't like fucking having to post on TikTok all the time. But it's taken off.
Yeah.
And like some dude in where was I? I was in, I don't know, I was shopping. And some dude like stopped me and was like, "Oh, Evil's doing." I was like, yeah. And I thought, oh sweet, he's gonna get a tattoo. He was like, oh yeah, I watch your TikTok videos. I thought, I'm gonna have to hang myself. Like he's recognised me not for my tattoos, but for like my reels or whatever. Yeah. Like that's it.
But if you think it's like, I mean, people use like followers and views as like such a weird like metric for like social value.
Yeah.
But the actual numbers are fucking staggering. Like you've got what on pulling this out, mate, but like maybe 3 million views on one of your TikToks.
Yeah.
3 million.
Yeah, it's crazy. That blows my mind.
How many people live in England?
Yeah, it makes me feel sick. Yeah.
Like, cut out all your grannies. That's the entire fucking UK population. Maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
could be anywhere from 1 million to 5 million.
Yeah, for sure. I don't have any scale of reference to how many people are in England.
But it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The issue is, it was, I hate to give him any credit towards anything, but something Joe Rogan said that I apply is that he said just post on the internet and don't look at it again. Just post it and get the fuck out there, because that's, I think, where a lot of the success of like my TikTok comes from, is people fucking hating me just for having like face tattoos and stuff. Yeah. Like I get, I post a video and
see like your response.
Yeah. Like I'll post a video and I'll get one comment about like, oh yeah, that's sick, and then I'll get 150 comments been like, oh, but you're not gonna fucking get a job in your life, and I'm just like, oh man, you don't know anything. But just don't reply well or some shit. But them commenting and sometimes they're getting little arguments with like other people commenting, and it's all just adding it in the video. Yeah. It's like feeding off their, like, I don't know what it is, like sadness or something, you know what I mean?
Like I think my thought with that, like, they're going to be on there anyway looking for something to complain about.
So and then every now and then I just like to put a little video out there just to like specifically target those people. Like I'll post a video
to remind them.
I'll post a video about like, I don't know,
like
gun laws in America. New car, gun laws in America, because I just think those people are going to really have an opinion on this. You know what I mean? And then I don't interact with them at all, and then there's just like 365,000 comments of fucking them arguing with themselves on my video.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like,
Instagram's a bit better. It's usually just like tattoo people or people like tattoo studios or like alternative people.
Because the content is slightly different on your Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
There's less of those kind of... Well, I mean, you can't do as many things on Instagram Reels.
Yeah, like Instagram's like tattoo shit or tattoo related stuff. TikTok I use as like just baiting the algorithm. Really, just like what's gonna sort of potentially take off a bit. You know what I mean?
Do you still post images on Instagram?
Oh man, yes, but very rarely. Like I say, generally I have a rule of like posting a reel a day ish.
Yeah.
More or less. I'll try and post like a good reel every Sunday, and then I post an image maybe once every like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. Just to like, keep my newsfeed, like my, what's it called? You know, your grid, like a little bit updated.
Yeah.
But since it turned to like reels, I just post reels now, really.
Imagine it. I almost feel like Reap's audience, whatever, like some like digital, some graphics.
Yeah.
Because like that's what I started doing. That's what I guess people started following the page for. Because all I'd post was all the drawings I was doing, all the like potential t-shirt designs and stuff. And a couple of weeks ago, I was watching something on the internet, and I was like, right, I'm gonna post a reel every day for a month and just see what happens.
Yeah.
2 weeks in, right, and I'm like, I can't go back to posting pictures.
Yeah, that's like, exactly what's happened with me.
I'll when I have posted pictures, I'm like, there's just nothing. It's not only that, because I thought maybe my designs are shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're not any worse or any better than any others.
Yeah.
They're just, when you click on the insights, they're just not getting shown to anyone.
Yeah, like no one cares.
Just no one's getting, no one's seeing it.
Yeah. I'm the same, like I'll do like the best tattoo.
I can make a reel out of the same thing.
Yeah.
It'd be the same image, I just put some cool effects on it.
I could, honestly, I'm like, it's probably going to be, I'm going to like almost ironically do a reel about how to make reels, you know, like for Instagram, because I see a lot of people, you know, complaining. I mean, I've done it, complaining about the switch in Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, if you just fucking play the game, it works. You really, you know, like I don't even treat it as like, oh my god, I have to like post a reel. I just get like a quick 3-second fucking video.
Nobody
or something.
has to.
Yeah. You know, like instead of posting a photo, I'll just get a quick 3-second video of a tattoo and just post that as a reel. Nothing fancy at all. It's just a little moving image basically, and just treat it like that. Yeah,
that's what I said when I again, like I did a similar thing. Like I did a month on TikTok. I could only fucking do 2 weeks in the end because the platform was doing my head in. But like a similar thing, and all I did was like switch that thing in my head where I'd normally take a picture, literally some of that recording equipment is like a TikTok. Because I was going to take a picture of it and post it to the Instagram story, and I thought, I'll just do the 3-second video and then post it online saying how cool is this bit of kit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's definitely. That's it. That's all you have to do.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You're going to take those pictures anyway.
Because some reels I do, I have to edit it a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It takes like half an hour. That's all right. But yeah, most of the time I'm just treating it the same as posting an image. It's just a little fucking quick video.
Yeah.
And just forget about the images and just post the reels, because that's what it wants at the moment.
I make it harder for myself because I keep going to make polished reels and I can't fucking edit on my phone.
Yeah.
But because I'm a video editor, I just like put it all on my laptop, do it, because I'm like, in the long term, it's like probably takes less time. But if someone asked me, you said, "Oh, how are you making reels?" I'd be like, "Oh, you need to fucking get Premiere Pro, a nice camera." You know what I mean? I'm like, so the way I do it is so inefficient. But like, you can
need a nice camera. You need a monthly subscription to fucking Adobe.
Yeah. You need to have worked in video for 10 years. And
But I do feel like I've got, again, like a little bit of an advantage just because in my past I have got editing and stuff. I use because there's an app on my phone. It's called Splice. I think you have to pay monthly, but I use it enough to like justify it. That's probably the best like video editing app on my phone. For like ease, you know, like you can't do anything great. But it's the best one, I think, for sure.
Sweet. When we're going to see you competing in jiu-jitsu?
Oh man.
I say that. I say I'm going to compete every year, and I'm running out of time.
What do you mean?
Like every year I compete.
Yeah.
And like what I should have done is competed in March and got it out of the way.
Yeah.
But it's nearly the end of 2022. In terms of like thinking about, and I'm like, I'm touching it.
So in my head I've got a rough just next January. I'm just going to start in January just because I know the general opinion is just compete regardless, but I just don't feel like my skills are quite there. You know, like obviously I'm just a white belt. I just don't feel like they're quite there. It's not just my skills either, it's like my conditioning and stuff.
You want to be ready. Like
I'm not expecting to be like amazing at it or like, you know, like smash people or anything. I just want to
you might as well have a good crack.
Like have the best base I can for it. So I'm gonna start competing in January. You know, like just as much as I can really. I do want to, now I'm actually into it. I know we started training like ages ago. I just stopped. It just wasn't the right time for me. Now's the right time. Like I'm just fully into it now. Like all I'm thinking about is like, you know, the other day when I messaged you, I was like, I'm quitting jiu-jitsu because I'd injured my neck. I went to jiu-jitsu the next day.
Did you?
Yeah, like I just went. I had an injured neck and I went. I thought I'll just do some drills. You know, like literally the day after.
Something clicked on it.
And now I've been doing like quite a lot of sessions for it. Like do like strength and conditioning session every day, Monday to Friday. Usually with an MMA or jiu-jitsu session like right after it. So I'm hoping that brings my conditioning up, sort of thing. Because it's so fucking different to any other form of exercise. Like you know, like I used to run loads and shit. Even today, like just did those rounds this morning. After like one round of going 100%, I was fucked. You know, and that's even with all this conditioning and shit.
We did. I want to get fucking nerdy for anybody who doesn't do jiu-jitsu, but the other night we've started doing this thing where I'm king of the mat. Instead you do, it's kind of king of the mat. So we went in like belt and weight level together. So I was with some fucking animals like purple belts, brown belts, and Jamie black belt in a group of 5. One person goes down for 5 minutes and you've got to pass their guard.
We do something like that. But
once you get past, they don't get back up. You're on your back for the full 5 minutes.
That's terrible.
It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. But I was like, I was like, where's this been in terms of like comp prep?
Like, for sure, definitely.
It was rock hard. But yeah, it's like the conditioning level for jiu-jitsu it's something else. Even when I was, just because it's different, but when I was doing a lot of like kickboxing privates, I was in like unbelievable shape for kickboxing, and then I'd go to jiu-jitsu and gas out. It's just
for sure.
Totally different. Definitely. Like just different.
It's terrible because sometimes, you know, like it's situation dependent as well. Like you might have like a really hard round where you don't gas, and then you do a round in a position that you're not 100% like comfortable with. And you'll fucking gas. You know, it won't be as difficult of a round. You know, like I don't know. Say you're like with someone who's like really good at like side control pressure or something, and you're not up to speed on that, you're gonna be fucked. But then you might have just done one in guard, which you might be alright with.
Your best position.
Yeah. It's crazy. And the sort of like weird thing is you don't feel like you're getting any better.
Yeah.
Unless you look back, because you just try hard. Everyone's trying a bit harder.
Yeah.
As you get more in shape, you're using more energy.
Yeah.
Because you're moving more.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You think, fuck, I'm just as tired as I was like a year ago. But then, if you look at what you were doing a year ago, you're better.
Someone said that to me about competing, because I was like, the last time I competed, which is like November, I was fucked, like, after competing. I was like, I thought I was in better shape. And I was like, I am in better shape than when I last competed. And someone, like, I can't remember us, we were like, yeah, but you get yourself in better shape, so then you just try even harder.
Because you've got more.
So you always max out.
Every
time you compete. It's just the level that you max out at a bit high. You know what I mean? Like,
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, definitely.
You'll have been going harder than you did last time, because you can.
So,
like, you're never going to put the brakes on because you're like, I'm in mint shape.
So I might as well try. It's been...
It made me want to stop competing.
I bet. Like, just these last few weeks at strength and conditioning, doing those sessions, I've started, like, every other one I'll end up fucking whiting. But at the start, I wasn't. So I'm like, fuck, man. Why am I whiting now? And it's because I'm trying harder now. I'm fucking, like, sprinting at 100% instead of, like, 50. It's a fucking nightmare.
It's cruel, isn't it?
It's terrible. I love it, but man, it's fucking hard work, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever have an MMA fight though. That looks like too much fucking trouble.
Time's passed for me. I'm too old for that now. I thought about it at one point. I was like, I might have it. Jamie asked me at some point, and I was like, no.
I don't fancy that.
Kind of wish I did.
Yeah, well,
just to say I did. Yeah. But it's easy to say that, and I wish I had a fight then.
Yeah, I think the only way I'd do it is, like, put another, like, 8 years of training in, and then do one of those white collar ones. Like pool shark everyone. That's the only way I'd be able to do it.
I've been training 8 weeks in this white collar gym.
Yeah, 8 weeks and 8 years.
I might do that actually.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sound.
I'll just wear wear a disguise and I don't know, maybe get my you could do it, purple belt, get a disguise.
Yeah.
Put your white belt on.
I'll just shave. Yeah.
Just annihilate everyone.
Shave my head. If I just go full ball.
Yeah. How's that feel, getting your purple
belt? Pretty wild.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It was cool.
I feel like that's obviously I don't know the full extent. I feel like that's like a real milestone.
Yeah.
Purple belt.
Yeah, Blue did as well, to be fair. But like Blue felt more like recognition, whereas like Purple felt like, I can actually do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Which was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But like I wasn't expecting it at the time. I think like there was maybe a month before that where I thought, like, Jamie was giving out loads of belts, and I thought, it's got to be I'm next in line. Me and a couple of lads, and I thought, we're going to get ours. And we just didn't. And I thought, and it happens every time, when I stopped thinking, I just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to train and just enjoy my training, because clearly what I'm doing isn't getting me further to my purple belt. You know what I mean? So I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to enjoy it. And then just like a random night, Jamie gave me it, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, like, which was even better, because I wasn't sat there like,
come on, this is it. This is my moment. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it was cool. And for the first couple of weeks, I was like fucking in shape, and I was like on a high, and I was not smashing everyone, but I was like, I'm a fucking purple belt.
Yeah.
Then I had like a month where like everyone destroyed me, and I was I was like, I'm gonna have to quit. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, for sure. That's like the fear, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the same thing happens when you get your blue belt. The second you get your blue belt, all the white belts want to fucking kill you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm dreading that. Like, if I keep going, everything goes well, and I get my blue belt, I'm gonna be like, right, I'm gonna have to train so hard now.
All the other blue belts want to smash you.
Yeah.
To make you sure
to be like, you're not on our level.
Yeah. And then all the purple belts that were going easy on you when you were a white belt don't go easy anymore, because you respect it now.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, fucking hell, yeah.
So then you get your purple. It's the same. All the blue belts want to kill you. The white belts want to kill you, because they're just thinking, fuck it, if I get smashed by a purple belt, I haven't lost anything.
Yeah.
And then...
But then, now you've gone up to purple belt, you said before that at your blue belt, the white belts want to smash you. But then you could be like, oh, well, at least they're just white belts. But now you've got, like, high blue belts.
Trying to kill you,
they're going to be a lot...
Yeah, they're skilled and they're in shape. Yeah. There's some athletic blue belts out there that give me nightmares,
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah. It's terrible. And then, obviously, I'm battling with the fact that you'll have the same. Like, I got into it. Now I'm probably getting into it. I'm a bit older. So I just get injured all the time. Constantly.
Yeah.
Well,
we talk all the time.
You literally messaged me about injuring your neck.
Yeah.
And then it was, a week later where I was messaging you, being like, yeah, I've injured my neck. Yeah.
Yeah, I got fucking whiplash.
Yeah.
But like,
is that what it was?
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Yeah. So the doctor said it was like it's something whiplash, with like really bad whiplash basically. So I was like, yeah, sound nice one. Or like across my shoulder. It's still a bit funny now, but I have to do those old men things. Where I have to stretch a lot. I have to like use my foam roller. I've got a fucking massage going. Like I've invested in.
Yeah, I mean, like, same. Like I started at one physio. And then recently I started going to another one just so I can go every week because you know they were doing like alternate weeks and stuff, but I go every week because I just need it really. Otherwise I'll pull my neck. It's just one of those things. It's mad, I think it's from tattooing and drawing. You know, like having my neck at that pulled position all the time. Yeah.
Well, I found so it's always this side, and I have like 2 monitors on my desk, and I realise I'm at a slight angle for like 5 hours a day. So I was like, right, well, I need to like readjust all that as well as like look after myself when I go training.
And it's just one of those things, isn't it? Like I'm just like just creaky now. You know, like like my neck hurts. I've got like a bad wrist at the moment. Yeah. But you train, you know, something like that where it's not too like my neck. I have to have time off if I hurt it. Yeah. Like, you know, you just constantly hurt. Like you've got like an elbow injury, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, I've got like quite a bad wrist. At the moment, but you can train through that. Yeah. But I can't like train through my neck.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
I just think about like long term. I go, well, I'd rather be limping at 70 and have had fun than like what's the point in being like perfectly healthy at 80? Mm-hmm. But you've just like lived in a bubble.
Yeah, it's weird though, isn't it? Because like it's really good. Like the training for jiu-jitsu is really like healthy for you.
I think they pay off.
So fucking you get a lot of injuries. In a sense of like injuries.
Yeah. It's like cardiovascularly and mentally it's very good for you, but like
joint and like bone wise it's probably pretty
takes its toll. Yeah
but you know, like you said, what's the fucking point in I don't know, getting like an older age and like I haven't really pushed myself into any uncomfortable situations.
Lottie freaks out about Hazel because she's like, what if you break your arm and you can't pick her up and you want to I want to like fling her about and you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, but I'm like, I'll be alright. I'll get better.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, like you know, do you think you'll sort of try and edge Hazel into like martial arts? Are you just gonna see what happens?
Yeah. So like, you think about shit like this all the time, but like, I want to give her lots of freedom to like, to be like creative and express herself however she wants. So like. Drawing, painting, rock climbing, surfing, like all like just anything that like I've been interested in or whatever she's interested in. I'm just gonna give her the chance to like explore lots of things. Whatever she gravitates towards, I'll like gently support. I don't want to push her into anything.
No, that's good.
However, with martial arts, I think I'm not gonna force her, but like there'll be a large emphasis on like self-defense. I think
for sure.
I'm going to put her into judo to start with.
Yeah, that's the one. If you can get that as a base from a young age, you're going to be like a drastic advantage over. But
I think for kids, there's like a really, because it's an Olympic sport and it has been for so long, there's a really structured, really good like path to take kids in. It's really regimented. You know, there's obviously a lot of discipline and stuff like that, but it's really good and really technical. Yeah. And then once, like, I don't know, if she's bored of it, then I'll put her into jiu-jitsu if she's interested into it. But, like, just for self-defense. Like, just...
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Definitely.
And it's funny because I'm like, if she was a boy, I wouldn't be that arsed. But because she's a girl, I'm more tempted to, like, push her into it. I don't want to, like...
self-defense purposes,
yeah. If she wants to be the next fucking Ronda Rousey, like, class. But I certainly don't... I'm not going to put her into MMA or anything like that. But
not for a while anyway.
yeah. But like, judo, I think, because then I think even if she just did judo once a week until she was fucking like, and she keeps it up when she's 18.
I feel like there's numerous like hypothetical situations of her being like older that you've thought about to land at this decision of judo.
Oh, like, you know, the lad fucking, because people grab girls.
There it is. Yeah. Anyway.
When people grab girls, someone grabs hold of a fucking shit hot judo player if she's walking down an alley by herself, if she's in a bar, whatever, fucking, and she just
for sure
rags them over,
and fucking judo flip.
I'm like,
definitely.
Because now, and even with lads, like, with the amount of training that you've done, like, if you were out on a night out and somebody grabs hold of you, you've got the pathways ingrained in your brain already of like what to do with that person, whether it's all situational, so it'll completely depend on how that person grabs you. But you might take him down.
Yeah, that's about some fucking vodkas and I'm just gonna windmill.
Yeah. But you'd literally, but I don't think you would.
No.
But you'd like, if they like put their arm over you, you might fucking swing around at the back and just choke them out.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's almost like, I don't think you have the choice anymore.
Yeah,
it depends on.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is like a big thing, unless they train as well, in which case you just end up having a grappling match, which is you just probably have a laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like at reversal, you'd be like, yeah. So like that for lads is an advantage, but like that for a girl is mega.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So,
it's just that thing about not trying not to like push them too much, because like you can go the other way, can't you?
Yeah. And that's like that's what I've always said with her. Like she loves at the minute. She's got a pink pram which she chose, and like dolls of like a little girl, and we were like. I was like, I'll buy dinosaurs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which she also likes, to be fair. But like, it's weird because you can think you have a say. A lot of it is learning by doing. It's interesting you saying your dad drew a lot.
Yeah.
So like, I'm now realising that. So I'm like, well, if I draw a lot, or if I read a lot, even at this young an age, she copies off me.
Yeah.
She'll go and get a book. Just fucking...
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy. That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so strange. So I'm like, maybe she sees me going... One of the reasons I see a lot of people quit jiu-jitsu when they have kids, and I get it. Like, they just want to spend all the time with the kids. But I like... Sometimes like, leaving's hard, because I'm like, I don't want to leave you. You're my favourite thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
And she follows me at the door.
Yeah.
It's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. I can't even imagine.
But I'm like... I'm trying to set an example of like... I'm just going to keep doing this thing to constantly better myself, and you're going to see one day I'm going to be a black belt, but she's going to see how I got there, and it wasn't easy, and I did have to leave her, and it sucked a little bit. But I did.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
It's one of my like, you know, I've never wanted kids myself.
Yeah.
And just one thing that always freaked me out about the idea is like, what if they grow up to be like the opposite person that is the type of person that you like, you know, like, and that's that balance, isn't it? Like, you know, like, I don't know, if I had a kid, I'd just presume that we're going to be into like metal music and fucking video games.
Yeah.
But then what if they're fucking getting like house music and football? I'd be like, I don't like you little cunt.
I
mean, obviously I know that I wouldn't feel like that because it'd be my kid. Yeah, but in my head, I just feel like, I'd just be like, get the fuck out.
I'm like...
Football.
If Hazel's like she could be what if she's just a horrible chav?
Yeah. Like, you come on one day and she goes, hey,
yeah, she's got her hair scraped back and fucking Kappa tracksuit.
Yeah.
But that is in the realm of possible worlds.
Can happen. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's fucking weird as.
Yeah, because like, you know.
And the more I push against it, the more she'll lean into it.
Yeah, maybe you have to like oversaturate, be like, you get into big like house music and make it uncool. You know what I mean?
I might have to. Yeah. So
that's like, that might be I mean, but you know, saying that, like, to go back to my dad again, he got me into metal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what age I was. Bought me like it was like, I think it was Rob Zombie, fucking Sinister Urge CD, and Marilyn Manson, Hollywood, and Slipknot self-titled album, all in one go for like a Christmas or birthday.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really heard music like that before, of my own accord, and listened to it, and I was like, all right, I'm a mosher.
Yeah.
You know, like, straight away I was like, this is what I'm into.
I did the same, but I like, my dad basically one day was like, you're old enough to work the CD player. Choose the CD. Like, he'd only let me use the tape player up until that point.
Oh.
CDs were too expensive, he didn't trust me.
That's
like,
funny.
And I get it, like, fucking, I'd lick the CDs or whatever.
Yeah.
Smash them up. But I went through all of his CDs because I was like, what's the first CD I'm going to listen to? And I picked up the Black Album by Metallica because it had a snake on it. But I didn't know what metal was. I'd not heard metal until that point. I put it on, it fucking blew my mind, and that was that. You know what I mean? But my dad was...
what's it called? Like a crossroads? Like, what if you'd have picked up something because...
Fucking
I don't know.
Steps.
Not
that my dad had that on CD, but I'm like, what happened there was my dad was into that, so I had that ready for me to choose. So I'm like, if those things are around for Hazel to pick up, whether it's whatever it'll be, a Spotify playlist or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, or what I listen to in the car, probably had more of an influence than I realised. But it's almost like tricking her. Like, my dad might have done it on purpose. He might have put the Black Album inside 10 different albums, being like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so I could, basically what I'm saying is I could trick her into being
trick her into being a mosher. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because like there's like I've got memories of like I don't know, like my dad picked me up to take me somewhere when I was younger.
Yeah.
And we'd both be like singing along like Rob Zombie songs and stuff. So like got like a positive association with it as well.
Yeah.
It's like some people that aren't into metal. I don't know what's happened in the past. Like I'll have some metal like blasting, and someone will come in and be like, "Fucking hell, you in a bad mood or something?" Like, why have you got this on?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I've actually got it on because I'm in a good mood. Like, I know it sounds like it's terrible music. But it's happy music to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking weird, isn't it? We've talked for an hour and a half.
No way, fucking hell.
Do you want to give us a smooth outro?
Oh, I don't know. I might have peeked at the intro.
Where can people find you on the internet?
My tattoo Instagram is the best place if you want to see all my tattoos. It's just @evils, which is crazy to this day to think that I've got just that as my Instagram.
Yeah,
it's weird. I get tagged in a lot of Elvis stuff. Elvis's Instagram is @Elvis, and it's just 2 letters different to evils.
Never even thought of that.
If you go on like tagged photos of me, not all the time, but sometimes there's just a good chunk where someone's been mistagging me as.
It's Elvis.
Yeah. Evil's on Instagram, and I think it's Evil's TV on TikTok or something like that.
Is it? Yeah. Sweet.
I try to unify it. Like get all the same handles.
Yeah.
On everything, but you can't get Evils anymore, so I've just had to add shit like TV and YouTube and stuff like that.
Right. Is that 'cause it's 2 little characters, or?
Yeah, just someone got it long ago.
Yeah,
I got it on Instagram, and then someone got it on fucking TikTok way before I got on TikTok. Right. Shit like that.
Yeah. I had Rick Video.
I was gonna ask about this. Yeah.
With no numbers are out. Yeah. This fucking cunt's got it. I've messaged him if every so often I go on and I go to DM him and I've just sent him 5 already.
I know we're just wrapping up, but there's this dude on Instagram. He's like just a guy, and his Instagram is @Curtis. Like obviously I want it, but if you go on his page, he's got like the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitch, the fucking TikTok.
No way.
@Curtis on everything.
Right.
He's like if there was like a war of all the Curtises, he's won. Like. Like if the aliens came down and they're like, right, we need to pick one Curtis to proceed as the only Curtis. He's got it because he's got all the tags.
I once saw on MySpace, this guy had myspace.com/Facebook, and all that was on there was $500. It's yours.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah.
And I was like, you fucking jamming cunt. Anyway,
yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, good shit, man.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
No probs.